the sign. Cool. Let it go back to blue. I mean green. Well, it'll get there. Nice. Green. There we go. Quiet. God damn it. Alright, y'all. This is Benny. As you can tell. That's the sign we got from Papa Dan. And doing a little work here on Arthur's restored charger. There's the, I'm not going to get close to that because it needs a wipe down. There's a charger as he originally bought it, blue, with that blue interior. And I can tell you that orange won. So that was my first choice anyway. So that will be the color of Arthur's charger. The green will be used on a different charger, I think, or maybe on a Duster. Yeah, the Duster would be cool. So we've been doing some interior work. Body's primed and engine's right there. And I know this bench is probably driving Pappy crazy because he likes a clean bench. And this is anything but. So let's see. I might need to get more light on this thing. Let's see what we got here. A black dashboard. Alright, let's see. I gotta switch hands or something. Let's see how this is gonna work. Alright, let's see. Bit of focus, like it was just doing. Alright, there's a dashboard. Probably got to do a little bit more on it, but that's all Ushi powder on the lines where there's chrome. On these chargers had a unique gauge, unique instrument cluster in that there were pods. The gauges themselves were inside the pods, but the labels were on the outside where that silver ring is. Let's see, a little bit more light. There we go. Where that silver ring is, that's all Ushi powder too. Petals! Hey, petals. Look, it's petals. My pretty little girl. So anyway, yeah, everything on here is Ushi powder. Good thing about the Ushi is if you go off the line and you make a mark you don't want, if it's a large area, you can wet a brush and take it off. If it's a smaller area like these, I was using the toothpick. You just take the toothpick and wet it and move it where you want, and it'll take the powder right off. So there is. It won't look that chromy once it's in the car because it's. The thing with this Ushi powder is you only see it at certain angles. You know, if you're looking at it like this, if the light hits it right, you might see it. If the camera focuses, you might see it. But yeah, this Revell kit's really nice. It actually has lines and needles inside the pod, so that's pretty cool. Let's see, interior. Well, the interior floor pan needs a little bit more work on it, but that's all embossing powder on it. And the places where there's no powder is going to be covered by either door panel or seat. Got a little scuff right there. In 1967, Dodge took away the full-length console and just made one small console in the back. So the 66s had a console from front to back, but the 67s had a split console. So that's the interior. It just needs a little work. And as door panels, again, that's there we go. Maybe I can get this thing steady. That's all Ushi powder. I use the steel for the wide band and the chrome for the strips and the door handle and the window cranks. So you can't really tell much of a difference between the two when they're side by side in a big area like that, but there is a difference. So there's my door panels. They both look the same, so we don't have to look at both of them. They both came out pretty nice. And Chargers had a little label right here. And I don't remember the MPC kit, but this one has an engraved Charger right on. Let's see if I can get an angle where we can see it. Maybe it'll focus on it. Yeah, well, you get the idea. That's Ushi powder as well. Once again, chrome on the nameplate, and there's too much light on it. That might be why. On the nameplate, and this well, it does shine, don't it? And the strip surrounding it, and steel on the overall section. So that's really shiny, ain't it? The way the light's hitting it. And this camera doesn't like shiny spots. Oh, almost. Almost had it. Well, you get the idea where it is. And I do recommend this kit. Highly, highly recommend this kit. I got the console. I did the same thing with the console. Steel on the wide band and chrome on the strips. So I have to put the shifter in it, and I got to do a little touching up on it. That's got some embossing powder on it for the carpet. Same with the door panel. At the bottom of the door panel, that's embossing powder. So yeah, I got to blacken those lines a little more, I think. But it's not my favorite body style, but it had a lot of unique features to it that didn't make it to the second generation Charger, which was a really hot seller and still one of the most beautiful production cars ever made, the second generation Charger. So that's pretty much it, what I got going on with Arthur's Charger. And I do want to get back on Jeff's Catalina when I'm done with this. So, and there's a couple other things I want to get to. I'm not going to be able to get into back to the 60s build like I wanted to. That kind of sucks because I have a kit for it that Big Eddie would just love. Might do some horse trading with him if he's got something I'm looking for. Oh yeah, got let's see what else we got here. Got the wheels scuffed up, tires scuffed up, and another shiny spot here the camera doesn't like. Keep still. I got the Kragers, and I did them red this time instead of blue. I did them blue on the original one. They're probably supposed to be blue, but Arthur did them red. This is his car. He's doing it his way. There was no burnt orange metallic in 1967, but he and Jasmine love that color, and that's what they're going with. And they changed the interior color to black because it just goes with the orange. So that's it. There you have it. And what else? Oh yeah, I just found. You remember John Schneider, don't you? From Dukes of Hazzard. He has a YouTube channel. I didn't know that. I think he just started it. And I tell you, the guy is a riot. He is hilarious, and he's a lot of fun to watch. So yeah, go over there and check out John Schneider's YouTube channel. He did one of the top 10 most asked questions about the Dukes of Hazzard, And there's a lot of things in there I didn't know about. James Best and Sorrell Brook. How there were a couple of sophisticated gentlemen, not the rubes that we see on the screen. But that was pretty cool. There's always Cold War Motors and sci-fi fantasy, and of course everybody you know here on the in the community. So that's where we are, and this is Benny, and I appreciate you watching and subscribing and liking and unliking and whatever you want to do. This is a free country, damn it. All right, we'll see you.